Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Åse, and for those of you who have watched my last video, I did a little life update, and from that I have made a decision because of my eye infection, and I don't know which makeup, which eyeshadows, eyeliners, whatever it might be, is infected by that. I have decided to do a declutter now. I am going to get rid of most of my eye makeup. We're going to go through everything, also face makeup, and I'm going to leave lip products behind for today. I don't think they're that relevant for this video, but I usually don't do a declutter in the spring. I like to do a kind of inventory declutter, looking at what's cruelty free, talking about numbers and everything late in the fall time, and I probably will do that, including my lip products, and talk more in depth and detail of my entire makeup collection. But I found it necessary to do this video now, considering what I've been dealing with health-wise, and I want to start fresh. So I have repurchased or purchased a few new things. I'm going to go through that with you as well. And I'll probably do a separate video once I really start doing my makeup again and talk about what my plans are for the future when it comes to eyeshadows. I'm not going to go like super in depth and talk about each product and give reviews and all that like I normally do in declutters, but I might tell you why I decide to get rid of things and how I feel about the products before I completely let them go. And I think as for the eyeshadows that I'm going to let go of, I am going to keep a lot of them because they are very nostalgic to me, but I'm just not gonna, they're kind of just gonna be in a memory box, makeup memory box for me, instead of me having it in my actual collection. Even though I might keep it as memories, at least for now, at least for a while longer, I will not use it anymore. Okay, that was my introduction. Let's start with my face primers. So this is brand new. I haven't even opened it. It's the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Then I have my NYX Plump Right Back, and this one that I'm trying to pan or use up from Make the Make Niacinamide Soft Focus Primer. I'm going to keep all of these. I can't find it right now. Maybe I got rid of it. I'm not sure. But I do have, or I did have, a glitter glue from, I believe it was Beauty Act. But I have already decided to get rid of that. So the only eye primers I have left are this Milani eyeshadow primer, which I was using at the point where I just like started my infection, bacterial infection on my eyes. So, I mean, even though I didn't put this directly on my eyes, I did use my fingers. Like, I'm a little bit scared about this one, so I'm gonna let this one go. And the good thing is I already have one new ready for me, number 7 Stay Perfect eyeshadow primer. Oh, and just to be clear, I don't have any plans on using eyeshadows anytime soon. I have purchased a few new items here, but for now I've only tried to wear mascara just a couple of days, and I'm going to tell you how I go about doing that. But just so you guys know, I'm not going to start using a lot of makeup until I'm sure it's safe. But yeah, I'm keeping this one. Also, my setting sprays, LH Cosmetics, ColourPop, Kaya, e.l.f., and Beauty Act. I love all of these. They're staying. Oh, there was my Beauty Act glitter glue. So this is also going. So a little spoiler here, I have used up my Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation, so I'm only left with this Anastasia luminous foundation now, and I have decided to be a little bit more strict with getting rid of expired makeup that's just been sitting in my collection for a little bit too long. Yeah, I'm gonna respect that expiry date a little bit more than I have been doing previously, so this is gonna go. I have used over half of this. It's a little bit too light for me anyways. It's a nice formula and everything, but I don't see myself repurchasing this anytime soon. It's just not my favorite. So I'm gonna let this one go. But I have repurchased these ones. I got the Kaya Front Row Airbrush Foundation with Sika and Ashwagandha. So I haven't even used this at all. I think it's gonna be a good summer color, but what shade is it? So it's 2W. And then I got the Lumine CC Cream in 175. So this is what I've been using lately, and I really enjoy this one. So I have 2 new foundations for the year, and I'm really happy about that. And I just have a tester from Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. So yeah. Alright, so with concealers, or correcting concealers, I did have the Sigma correcting concealer, and this is what bugs me a little bit because, you know, I have a lot of these makeup items in my project pan. Like, I'm trying to make progress, and it's very exciting for me to actually finish products, hit pan, you know, all of that. And I did come such a long way with this one. I was very close to finishing it, at least this side. But I've had this so close to my eyes, I didn't want to risk anything. So I have decided to let this one go as well. It's a really good color corrector. I could possibly see myself repurchasing it, but I do like the Charlotte Tilbury one a little bit more. So I would prefer that one over this. But yeah, this is gonna go for now. But it was a really good one. It's the light to medium shade. And then we have the RMS Beauty Uncover Up in 11.5. I also used up a lot of this, but I just need to let this one go as well. Same with the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in N2. I absolutely love this concealer, and I was very close to having to take out the stopper and scrape the sides of this because there was not much left. And even though it bugs me that I'm not able to finish a product all the way up, at the same time I did get some good use out of the products before I had to let them go, so that makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, I will absolutely recommend this one, but it is expensive, and I was contemplating whether or not I would repurchase this one right away, but I have decided not to at this moment, but I do see myself purchasing this in the future for sure. So I actually had this one laying around. I had bought it originally to give it away as a gift, and it was just laying in my like, I have this gift basket where I collect gifts that I'm gonna give away, and I've had it in there for so long, I thought I can't really give this away anymore. I might as well take it myself and use it as a color corrector for myself now that I need one, so maybe I could save some money and get some use out of this one instead. I quickly found out that this is probably not really good anymore. It was just very dry. I've had these ones previously. It's the Makeup Store Coverall Mix, and I had one of these, not the exact same packaging, but I really liked the one that I had back then. So I don't know, maybe they've changed it, or I've just had this sitting here for too long, but this wasn't good, so I need to declutter this one as well. And I will get there, but I have purchased some new eyeshadows, and it was not very cheap. So when it came to purchasing some base makeup, I had to look at what was affordable and still worked. And even though I really wanted to purchase the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, I ended up purchasing the one from Catrice. This is the Under Eye Brightener Instant Awake in the shade Light Rose, and I've just started using this now. I just used it for a few days. And I use one of these spatulas to take out the product. I disinfect this one after every single use. And so far this has been an amazing product. I really, really enjoy this. Very like emollient without being too emollient. And I think it's great for dry skin. I think it's great for mature skin. It lays beautiful on the eyes. It doesn't crease more than any other correcting concealer. And it blends in with my skin so well. It does the job of color correcting, and yeah, I really enjoy this one. So I think this was like $5-6 or something, and it was absolutely worth the money. And then I didn't want to think too long about the concealer. I just purchased one I've had before that was very affordable. This is the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer with vitamin C in the color Light. I will say that this works pretty well. It's not really great for covering like hyperpigmentation or any spots or anything. It's really nice underneath the eyes, and that's really what I like it for, but I feel like it's not enough for me. So I might have to purchase something else. Maybe the Catrice True Skin Concealer. We'll see. But for now, this is what I have. Now, it's not very hygienic because it has this sponge thing. So what I do, I put it on either like a piece of paper or the back of my hand that's completely clean, and then I use it from there. I don't put this directly underneath my eyes. Also, it oxidizes a little bit, so that's good to know. The light shade is almost a little bit dark for me, but summer is coming, so I think it's going to be great now. And also, this doesn't contain too much product, so this, I can almost see myself using this up by the end of the summer. But it's very affordable, and it's really nice underneath the eyes. So this is what I got. When it comes to powder, I have a pressed powder and a loose powder. The pressed powder from Charlotte Tilbury is really the one I've been using, the Airbrush Flawless Finish in 1 Fair. What I decided to do with this is I scraped off the top layer, I sprayed it with some isopropyl alcohol, and then I took off some more, or scraped off some more, and I repeated that a few times. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. But I haven't started using this one again. I want to give it a break for a little while, and when I reintroduce like old products that I used during the infection, I want to introduce them very carefully and one by one and see if I get any reaction. So I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to be very cautious when I do start to use it again. And for this one, I actually didn't use this during my infection, but it is very old. It's the Makeup Mecca What's Cooking Good Looking Setting and Baking Powder, and it's almost full, unfortunately, but I just don't feel comfortable using this. So I'm going to let this one go just because of the age. And I have been looking for a pink powder for a long time, and this is number 7 Pink Blur Loose Powder. Yes, so this is actually what I've been using, and how I use it is I put a little bit in my hand, and I swirl my brush into my hand and apply it like that, so that I'm never in direct contact with like the powder. I don't swirl the powder in the lid or anything, and I find it a little bit more hygienic to do it that way. Next are my bronzers. I didn't use these bronzers like at all. I haven't used them at all this year because I've been focusing so much on my Project Pan bronzer. If I had used this, this is a cream bronzer from Chanel called Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream in Soleil Tan Bronze, I would have decluttered this, but because I didn't use it at all, I am going to keep this around. Same with my newest bronzer from Fenty Beauty. This is the Sunstalker in #1 in the Sun. I'm going to keep this one as well because I feel safe that it's not infected. This is really the one that I have been using this year. It's the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and just bronzer is the name. And I did decide to, like, this wasn't close to my eyes at all, but just to be safe, I scraped off the top layer and sprayed it with alcohol, and I have continued to use it that way. I just started using it again a few days ago, and so far it's been going well. So yeah. And this is my oldest bronzer. I did try to pan it last year. It used to be my favorite bronzer for the longest time. It's from Model Co. The name is Shimmer Bronzing Powder, and it's beautiful, but it is a tad too dark for me. Oh, I forgot my other bronzer from NARS. But okay, so yeah, I have decided to let this one go just because of the age. It's just way too old, and also it doesn't suit my skin tone that great. I almost feel like it also has changed a little bit of the formula. It used to be a lot more easy to blend, so this is gonna go. I'm keeping this little NARS Laguna one just because the shade is very similar to the Model Co one that I decided to let go, but it's so much easier to blend this one, so it looks more natural. And also I hit pan not too long ago. I think like in January maybe, I hit pan, and so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I'm keeping this one. Next we have cream and liquid blushes, and really the only blushes I've used during this time are these two. The Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wand and the #7 Lip and Cheek Tint in Dusk Pink. I'm trying to pan both of these and I'm getting so close. Again, I haven't used this anywhere close to my eyes. So I've decided to keep these and try to use them up. I will definitely repurchase this one. It is such a beautiful blush. I really like this one too, but this is really the one that impresses me, and I miss it when I'm not using it. So I'm keeping those, and I'm also going to keep these other ones. These are both very new from e.l.f. The Camo Liquid Blush in Dusty Rose or Rose, and then the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in Hope. These are a little bit older. I'm not sure about this one, but I think I'm going to give this a chance during the summer and see how it works out. I haven't used this since last summer, but I might just let this go when the summer's over. And this one, I don't have too much. I have about half left of this, and so I just want to use this up and probably repurchase because this is also one of my favorites. It's the Milk Lip and Cheek Blush in Work. So yeah, I'm keeping all of those. I am also keeping my regular pressed powder blushes. Haven't really used these two very much. The Makeup Mecca Mineral Matte Blush in Lucky, and the Essence the blush in Believing. So I don't worry about these ones. Now with these ones, these other ones, I have scraped off the top layer and applied alcohol several times. So this is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Romantic Rose, and then I have #7 in Damson Mist, and the Luminoso from Milani. So again, scraped off and applied alcohol, and hopefully they're good. But so far I've only been using these two as blushes. But yeah, I'm keeping all of them. Next we have highlighters. I only have two highlighters, the Milani Afterglow in Strobe Light and Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I haven't really used highlighter at all this year, so I'm not really worried about these ones either. When it comes to brow pencils, I do have 6 brow pencils here that are all pretty new, but I'm gonna do a separate video on these, trying to like compare these, give you guys a little review, and so I'm gonna talk more about that in a separate video, but I'm keeping all of these 6 eyebrow pencils. And also my Makeup Mecca all-in-one eyebrow palette, and these are identical. This is the one that I'm using, the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel in neutral brown. So I have a backup and I'm almost done with this one. So I'm keeping those. Okay, let's do mascaras and eyeliners. I'm keeping this just like a sample of the Dior Show Maximizer 4D Serum Mascara. I haven't used this at all yet, so this is safe for me. The mascara that I used was the highly rated Anti-Gravity Mascara from Milani. This was a little bit of a love-hate relationship. I did enjoy it like the first week, and then for a couple of weeks I didn't really like it. It was clumpy, it smudged. I didn't really like it, but then I liked it again. So my conclusion is I like it, and I like the brush, I like the formula and everything, but you kind of have to get used to it a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to repurchase this, but it's definitely going to go because of bacteria and viruses that are probably having a party in here. And today is my second day using mascara again. I'm using the Bare Minerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Mascara. So I thought I'd choose one that's like for sensitive eyes, and so far I don't really love it because it's very smudgy. I will say though, I'm using eye drops constantly throughout the day, and my eyes are teary and a big problem still, and to be honest, I don't think they're ready for mascara just yet, so I'm just using it if I really feel like I need to. But how I've been using it is I take out the mascara wand, which looks so cool by the way. I can't wait to use it, but I don't use it at the moment because I have this package of single-use mascara wands. So I just take one of these, I use it, and then I throw it away. So just like a single-use kind of thing, and that's what I've been doing, and that's probably what I will be doing for a while. And besides mascara and a little bit of concealer, that's what I've been applying to my eyes for 2 days now, and it's been going okay, but like I said, it is very smudgy, and I don't find it's irritating my eyes in any way, but I'm gonna be very, very careful. And then I also have 5 backup mascaras that aren't opened yet. One from Makeup Mecca Ultra Linked Water Resistant Fiber Mascara. You know what? I know this isn't open, but I've had this for a long time, and I don't think that it's good anymore, even though I haven't opened it. I'm gonna get rid of this one just to be sure. But I'm gonna keep these 4 backups. So we have Revolution 5D Lash Pow Dramatic Multiplied False Lash Effect Extreme Volume Mascara in Super Black, and the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara in Brownie, I think, and the Clinique High Impact Mascara, also in black. So I'm keeping these 4 as backups. Then we have all my eyeliners. I'm going to get rid of most of these, but there's a few I'm going to keep because I know I didn't use them. Like this first one, the Beauty Act Multi-Skilled Liner in Bare Nude. This is pretty much white. I'm going to keep this because I didn't use it. This one I used every single day from Isadora, the Inliner Kajal in Blonde. I'm going to get rid of this. It was in my project pan. I really wanted to finish it, but I'm not going to take the risk. And so what I did do, I decided to repurchase. I'm going to show you in just a second which eyeliners I have decided to repurchase. But this one is going. The white core from Linda Hallberg is going to go. I already have this white one, so I don't need this one. This black eyeliner is the black liner I used from Essence, right? Yes, Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil. So this is going to go. Also, the Kajal pencil from Essence in Teddy is going to go. Linda Hallberg. This is like a dark gray. It's so dried out and I'm sure it's expired, so I'm going to get rid of this one. This one I didn't use. I haven't used it since last summer. This was new last summer, so I'm going to keep this one from ColourPop in the shade Crystal Crush. I'm going to keep this number 7 Stay Perfect eye pencil in black because I know I didn't use this one. And this is, I think this is my newest black eyeliner as well. I'm really going to miss this one, but this is kind of like a metallic gray eyeliner from Makeup Mecca. But I did use, I believe I did use it. So just to be safe, I'm going to get rid of it. This was in my project pan. I tried to use it every single day. I even used it on my waterline. Like there's no chance that this isn't infected. This is the Makeup Store Desert Flower. Beautiful metallic green. I'm going to get rid of this one too. Same with this one, the purple from Makeup Store, awesome performance. Beautiful, like purple metallic shade. I'm going to get rid of that one too. This, I know I didn't use. This is from Essence, the Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Cool Down. But this one is, yeah, this one is getting so old. It's done. I'm going to get rid of this one. Same with these 3 ones. I didn't use these ones either. They're like pastel shades from Beauty Bay. Beautiful light blue, light lavender, and like a minty green. I really like these, but they're so dry now and just too old. So I need to let these ones go as well. I thought I could use the Essence Inner Eye Brightener in like this beigey color, because I know I didn't use this one, but I can just tell from swatching it that I'm not going to like it. So I'm just going to let this one go as well. And I have, like I said, repurchased the Isadora one. Then we have, this is what I'm really going to miss. So I went on the hunt to find a dupe, and I have repurchased, or I have purchased a dupe. Hopefully it's going to work, but again, eyeliner is not something I'm going to use anytime soon, but I've been comforting myself by shopping, so that's why I have already purchased a few new things. But this is Linda Hallberg. It's called Daring Mood. It's a matte, cool lilac shade. Beautiful shade, and I've used it a lot, so I'm going to miss it. So again, hopefully my dupe will work. Okay, so we have MAC Teddy, which I love, and also I will say I've sharpened these, I've sprayed them with alcohol, I've sharpened them more, I've cleansed the sharpener, I've done everything, so I'm just not sure, but I think I'm gonna declutter this one. Should I? I don't know. I can't even remember if I used it or not. This is what I'm going to miss the most out of all of the eyeliners. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner. I decided not to do a purchase from Charlotte Tilbury. I didn't buy the concealer I really wanted, the correcting concealer, and I didn't purchase this one either. But it is on my wish list for sure. But it's pretty expensive, so I decided not to this time. But yeah, again, same with this one. I've sharpened it, I've disinfected it, I did all the things hygienic wise. So I'm gonna keep these as a maybe. Let me hear in the comments what your thoughts on with these two. So I'm gonna keep these for now. And these are the ones that I have decided to repurchase that I don't feel like I can live without. So I repurchased the Isadora Inliner Kajal in Blonde. So can't wait to start using these. I feel almost like naked, or I look so sick without this. It does wonders for my eyes. So it's just kind of a must-have in my makeup collection. And then I decided to repurchase an old favorite that I used up last year, I believe. It's Gold Digger from Makeup Store. I'm not going to swatch any of these just because I'm still scared of bacterias. But yeah, it's a beautiful metallic gold shade and I can't wait to start using it again. This is the dupe for the Linda Hallberg Cool Lilac shade. This is Gosh Matte Eyeliner in Dusty Violet. This looks so beautiful, and so I decided to purchase this one. I will give you a review on all of these when I've used them for a while, but probably not until next year or something. And then I purchased one eyeliner from Linda Hallberg, the Grayish eyeliner. This was kind of just a softer version. Okay, I'm not going to open it. It's a softer version of like a, I guess taupey brown is the right shade name for this, because I really loved the last one I had. So this is a repurchase also. 9 eyeliners. We'll see if I keep those 2 that I have as a maybe. Then we have my single eyeshadows. The only ones I didn't use during this time was these 2 from Cherry Culture. These are old, but I'm gonna keep them because I only use them for like Halloween stuff and just for a few hours on my face and not close to my eyes. So I'm gonna keep both of these, but these ones I'm really gonna miss. Like this one, for instance, Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize and Pillow Talk. I'm really gonna miss this one, but I know I used it for sure. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. And all of these are old, but I really love them. Hot Makeup, we have H&M, beautiful purple shade, MAC, Satin Taupe. I'm gonna miss these, all of them. We have the ColourPop shades, and these are like creamy, so I don't feel like I'm able to really, there's a bigger chance that these are infected than the regular pressed powder ones. So I have Ritz and Party of 5 and Prickly Pear. I really enjoyed all of these. Probably my favorite is Ritz, I guess. No, you know what? I really enjoyed all of them. Really did. I'm gonna miss them so much. The Beauty Act Stay On Color Cream Stick in Go for Green. I know I used this one as well. Love this shade. I'm not gonna miss this one though. I knew I was gonna declutter this one anyways. The Isadora Shimmer Eyeshadow Stick in Lavender Vibe. I didn't even use this, but I don't care for it, so I'm gonna declutter this. This is an Inglot shade, a silver eyeshadow that I just keep in here. I have Wet n Wild Nutty. Love this one. I hit pan fairly recently. And then one from RMS, Swift Color and Tempting Touch. I don't believe I used this one either, but this is older, so I'm gonna get rid of it. So those were all my single eyeshadows. On to eyeshadows, or eyeshadow palettes. You Have Me at Hello from ColourPop. This was my Panda palette for this year. I did get a lot of use out of them, and if this was available, I probably would have repurchased because it's such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I really enjoyed every single shade in here, and that's pretty rare that you absolutely love all of the shades, but I kind of did. There were a few that I didn't use as much and didn't really reach for on an everyday basis, but I still really enjoyed them. So I'm gonna miss this one, but it's time to let it go. I might repurchase this at some point, but this is the Beauty Bay Nude Mania eyeshadow quad. Just a really beautiful nude eyeshadow quad that's just great for every day, and the quality is amazing. They're so blendable and the shades are perfect. A very neutral eyeshadow palette. Love it. But I have purchased shades that I think will work as substitute for this one. I am getting rid of all of my Makeup Mecca eyeshadow palettes. The Chilled Tones palette that has only cool tones, the Warm Toned palette, that only has warm tones, or it's burnt tones is the name, and the Punk Hella Beauty eyeshadow palettes as well. The Milani Most Loved Mattes, I'm gonna miss this one. It did have some beautiful shades. Take Me Home from ColourPop. I'm really glad that I actually swatched every single shade before this happened, because I swatched them and I found the descriptions of them. I found out which ones were my favorites, and from there I have been able to figure out what kind of shades will I really miss in my eyeshadow collection. This is the Huda Beauty New Nude eyeshadow palette. I love my mauves, my taupes, so I made sure to repurchase some of those shades. But yeah, like I said in my previous video, I had made a list of like my top 20 eyeshadow colors to have in an eyeshadow palette, and then in addition to that I purchased some eyeshadow palettes that I've been wanting forever but haven't purchased because I have a huge, or had a huge, eyeshadow collection, but not so much anymore. This is Mini Retro from Natasha Denona. I like to Mauve It from Essence. Only loved the mattes, like really loved the mattes, and absolutely hated the shimmers or metallic shades. Nude Beach from The Balm. Beautiful eyeshadow palette as well. Norvina from Anastasia. Like it, but don't really love it. Has a lot of fallout, not really my kind of shades. I was very drawn to it, but now that I have it, it's not a love, so I'm not going to miss it too much. Like, this is why I'm talking about keeping most of these as like memories. The Tati Beauty palette, like, you're not going to get this anywhere. Really enjoyed this one as well, but I'm not going to miss it too much. It wasn't something I reached for very often. Again, another nostalgic palette, So Jaded, with in collaboration with Kathleen Lights from with ColourPop. Beautiful eyeshadow palette. Really gonna miss this one. W7 My Atlantis. This is a dupe for the Rose Quartz by Huda Beauty. And spoiler, I have now purchased the real deal. So hopefully one day I can actually use it, but this is like my most loved eyeshadow palette for the past 2 years, I would say. So beautiful. I'm probably going to miss this one the most, the Smitten in Switzerland by BH Cosmetics, because you can't get this anymore, and another palette that I loved every single shade in. A bunch of my Inglot shadows. I have some ColourPop here, some Makeup Geek, especially this Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek I'm gonna miss. I'm also gonna miss Luna. Really tried to find a dupe. It was close to impossible. I haven't received all my palettes that I've purchased yet, so we'll see. But hopefully I can find something similar to this. But really, these are the kind of shades that I really love. We have the Beauty Bay Pastels palette. I was so pleasantly surprised that I actually loved pastel eyeshadows. I really love this like minty shade. I realized I really enjoy those light purpley lavender shades, and then I've been obsessed with jade jade green eyeshadows like this, and so I purchased the Child from ColourPop. Really enjoy this one too, but I'm gonna miss those kind of like light cool green shades. So I also thought about that when I purchased some new shadows. Really gonna miss this gold one from Inglot. I'm just gonna stop my counting. Like, I tracked the number of uses on this one before I was able to hit pan. Just gonna stop that project right now. But I can tell you that it takes a while to hit pan on a metallic Inglot shade, that's for sure. I know I've used it probably like 200 times. The Bright Mattes from Beauty Bay. Really love that I had a small selection of bright colors as well. More Inglot shades. Another eyeshadow palette or quad from Beauty Bay. This one I didn't like. This is called Silver Mania, so I won't miss this one. And then lastly we have Viseart Petite Force Lilas. Little quad right here. This is also beautiful. Now I will do a separate video on the eyeshadows I decided to purchase a little bit later when I've received everything, but I have received 2 eyeshadow palettes so far, and then I'm waiting for 2 more. Okay, so let me show you this. I really don't want to touch them too much or swatch them or anything like that, but I did get the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz, like I said. I just knew that, like, that was the #1 eyeshadow palette that I really wanted, and it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to swatch these, and it makes me so happy. And this is what I'm gonna focus on, the positives of dealing with something negative, is I can find a positive outcome of this, and that is to purchase some new items that I really didn't have in my budget, but here we are. Then this one was also one that I've had on my wish list forever, but I did, let's see, I got this mini retro palette and I thought this was gonna be good enough, but this just wasn't what I expected, really. So we'll see how this is. This has kind of mixed reviews, so I'm very curious about this one. This is the Natasha Retro Glam palette, and this contains all of the shades that I absolutely love at the moment, and I have loved for the past 2-3 years. So a lot of greens, pinks, pastels, taupes. Can't wait to try this one either. Even though these 2 eyeshadow palettes are very expensive, I feel more confident that they're palettes that I'm gonna get a lot of good use out of. And like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video later on, but I will tell you I have purchased the Stone Cold Fox palette from ColourPop, as well as 2 single eyeshadows from ColourPop that I just couldn't, I didn't feel like I got those 2 single eyeshadows from the other palettes that I purchased. And then I made my own palette from Lethal Cosmetics as well. So all the shades that I was kind of missing within these 2 eyeshadow palettes and the Stone Cold Fox palette, I was able to find on Lethal Cosmetics website. So we'll see if they are anything like I'm expecting them to be, hopefully. But yeah, I'll talk more about that in my other video. Yeah, this was my little declutter and update on this whole situation. I will say that I am so thankful and grateful that a lot of you decided to comment on my last video. I just want to thank you guys for that, because it's been very helpful. You guys had so many good advice and tips for me, and thoughts and experiences, and you've just been so kind and uplifting to me. So it's just been great to get that sort of support and help from you guys. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think that's it. So just stay tuned for my next video. I have no idea when that's going to be, but this is my update for now. This was my quick declutter. I can see I've filmed for 60 minutes, so we'll see how short I can make this video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next one. Bye!